Welcome back, my dears. If you're new here, my name is Pamela, or Pam, to those of you already members of the Pam fam. And on this channel, I like to upload recommendation and reviews on fragrance, beauty, and skincare. And sometimes I share a bit of family, lifestyle, and include some motivational content as well. As you can tell by looking at my collection, it's quite a large collection, and I am really trying to live an intentional life this year. So I am going to be sharing with you fragrances that are no longer really fitting my collection. As you can see here, I have a box that I've already separated to let go of. So if you're interested in my decluttering, because that's what we call it these days, let's get started. We're going to start with the House of Seage. We're going to get into these trend perfumes. Now, these are travel perfumes. I have the number 5 and the number 10. I only have the individuals for these. Now, they have one in each box. I'm willing to let both of them go for a very inexpensive price, okay? To be honest with you, I don't know where the carrying cases are. If I can find them, I will include them. But right now, right as we speak right now, I don't know where the cases are. Now, they're both really nice fragrances. The trend, you can look it up on thehouseofsiage.com, but the trend perfumes, they go, a lot of times they're on sale, but they go upwards of $50 for the set. I'm willing to let both of them go, so I will be posting these on my Poshmark. It's time for them to go. I can't say that enough. Time for them to go. Next up is Healey's Blanc Poudre. Now, this is a very clean fragrance. It's sort of cottony, I would say. So if you're interested in fragrance that smells clean, fresh, that type of cotton vibe, you will like Blanc Poudre. This is going up on my Poshmark as well because I have had several Healeys in my collection. I let go of several of them, or I'm letting go actually of several of them because they're just not fitting my vibe any longer. I like clean fragrances, but normally I wear them for bed or to the gym, and I have enough in my collection, so I no longer want to hold on to Blanc Poudre. Next up is Aura Eau de Toilette. This is by Mugler. I really wanted to love this fragrance. In fact, I did love it when I first purchased it, but I never wore it. The only time I've sprayed this on my skin was during my haul video, my Instagram live. I did a haul video. That's the only time that I've really used it. I've never used it since. I haven't worn it out the house. This is a mossy fragrance. It's got a nice earthy tone to it, but it's got some sweet, slightly spicy vibe as well. I compare it to a very original, very, in my opinion, niche smelling fragrances. I really like this, but it's not a fragrance that I wore at all in 2023, so I don't see any use in holding on to it. I'm going to list Aura Eau de Toilette on my Poshmark, so if you're interested, check it out. It's going to be over there. Another item that did not get any use is the matching body cream. This is the Crème pour le corps, and this is a beautiful scented. If you like earthy, mossy undertones in your fragrance, and if you smell Aura, the body cream smells just like the fragrance. The dry down is beautiful. It is moisturizing on the skin, but the only time I've ever worn it is when, I promise you, only when I opened it for the haul, like literally. And I have a lot of other creams. I'm investing in other brands, small brands, etc. So there's no need for me to hold on to this. It's nice and weighty. It is a beautiful item to look at. It's a beautiful item to wear. I just don't wear it. So I am going to be listing this with the fragrance as well on my Poshmark. Next up are 3 fragrance body mists. These are hair and body mists by Scarla. These were released in 2023, but I had not used them other than to talk about them, doing videos and whatnot about these fragrances. Now, I don't know if you guys have an opportunity to try these when they were in Sephora. I don't even know if they're still in Sephora, but I am not using them, so I'm letting them go. The first one is the vanilla fragrance, the Vanilla Sky. The next one is the coconut, so that's Coconut Cove. So if you like coconut fragrances, if you smell Coconut Cove at Sephora, you're probably going to like this one. And then the final one for the trio is going to be Peach Fields. This is a peach scented scent. It's really pretty on the skin as well as the hair. I am just not wearing them, so I'm letting them go. Now, this is one of my favorite fragrances. This is Narciso Rodriguez Rouge. I really like this fragrance. I am just not wearing them. I'm barely wearing my 2 favorite Narciso fragrances, so I'm letting go of this cube. I can't tell you how many times I have pulled this fragrance in and out of the box to either keep or let go. But because I am seriously not wearing it, I think, no, I didn't even wear it in 2023. So it has to go. I am being very intentional, guys. I'm very serious about this. I'm letting go of these. They're great prices I'm letting them go for. So if you're interested, again, it's going to be listed on my Poshmark. Another one that I keep going back and forth on is Valet by Tiziana Terenzi. I am going to let it go. I have a hard time letting go of Tiziana Terenzi fragrances because I really do like the brand in itself. The majority of fragrances that I have in the collection or that I've smelled from Tiziana Terenzi, I have loved. So I am surprised I'm letting go of Valet, but I need to let it go. Love the beautiful bottle, love the presentation, but I'm over just having things for presentation in my collection. Valet is a green, fruity, floral, tropical type of fragrance. It is really pretty on the skin. In the dry down, there's a little bit of powderiness there, but it's still a fragrance I would say anyone can wear. It doesn't matter what gender you identify with. It's a fragrance that's easy to wear. If you've tried Valet, let me know in the comments. Again, if you are interested, I'll say this with every fragrance that I'm showing you today. It will be listed in my Poshmark. Next up is a fragrance I'm having a hard time letting go of, but I have to. This is Calumet Black. This is a very interesting fragrance. It opens up with incense and fruity notes. Then you've got the woods in the middle. I really like this fragrance, but it's just too strong for me. It comes across pretty once it dries down, but I think I'm just in the pretty girl era. I want to be pink and girly. I don't want anything that's like crazy strong on me. On my husband, he likes it, but he has, enough fragrances. He doesn't really want a whole bunch of fragrances, so I'm just going to let it go and let someone else enjoy this fragrance. Calumet Black is by Arabian Oud, if I haven't mentioned that before. Again, it's long lasting. It has good projection. It has good sillage, and it's a really nice fragrance for all genders. If you're interested in this one is available for you as well. Next up is Amorous F, and this is by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is a beautiful floral fragrance. It's very pretty and light and airy. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. It's just not a fragrance that I am wearing. I have worn it a couple of times. I have done some videos about it. I've layered it, but it's just not a fragrance that I'm reaching for. I absolutely do love the fragrance. I'm just not reaching for it. And it's because I have other fragrances that I prefer over this one. If you are interested in Amorous Femme, if you've owned it, if you've tried it, if you just want to try it, you can get the small bottle here because I'm letting go of this. Maison Francis Kurkdjian did a really good job with this fragrance, but it's just not a fragrance I'm reaching for. So I'm letting go of Amorous Femme. Next up is one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection. And the reason why I'm letting go of this one is because I actually have two. This is Mon Bloom by Ramon Monegal. This fragrance is a beautiful tuberose. It is absolutely outstanding as far as tuberose goes. It is sweet. It is floral. I love the presentation. It opens up like a little lighter bottle. But if you're interested in tuberose, if you love tuberose, if you love jasmine, you're going to like Mon Bloom by Ramon Monegal. Next up is a fragrance I never anticipated I was going to let go of. This is LSolo Ella, and this is a fragrance that is fruity, it's clean, it's fresh, and it's bright, and it does not have any type of cloying vibes to it. It's just a very elegant, understated fragrance. So it's kind of like the brand in itself. It has a lot of like je ne sais quoi, like boosting, like bold designs, but then it's very classy with it. It's very she, darling. Very Beverly Hills. Comment below if you've tried LSolo Ella or any Loewe fragrances. And if you're interested in this one, it'll be in my Poshmark. If you are interested in Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace, you're going to like Woody Chestnut. This smells just like the fragrance, and because this costs a lot less, you can spray this a lot more, okay? Now, I have tried By the Fireplace. I contemplating buying the fragrance when Sephora had their sale last year, and I went in like 2 or 3 days and sprayed it on my skin, and I'm like, why am I going to spend this money if I have Woody Chestnut? Well, lo and behold, as you can see, there's a slight dent in this fragrance because I did wear it a bit, but I'm not really feeling it like that, so I'm letting this one go. So if you're interested, hit me up. If you happen to like Balda Freak by Byredo, you're probably going to like Oriental Sage, again by Dossier. This does smell a little bit like it. I would say this is the cousin to Balda Freak. I wouldn't say it's a direct, it's inspired by, so it's not technically a dupe. But this one is also going to be up on my Poshmark. I'm letting Oriental Sage go. I'm letting go of another Dossier. This is Musky Green Tea, and this is inspired to smell like Creed's Silver Mountain Water. I think that's the name of the fragrance, but this is nice. I don't mind this one. When you spray it, it does smell clean, but it smells a bit too masculine on my skin, so I'm letting this one go as well. These guys are going to be going real cheap, so hit me up down in my comments and on my Poshmark if you're interested. The next fragrance is Oriental Vetiver, again by Dossier. This one, I don't remember who it's inspired by or what fragrance it's inspired by. It's not a bad smelling perfume, but I don't wear it. As you can see, I have never worn it. I think I sprayed it once, if I sprayed it at all. So this is also going to be listed on my Poshmark. Please let me know if you have any questions about it that I can answer down in the comments, or if you have tried Oriental Vetiver and you know what it's inspired by, let me know in the comments as well. Hopefully it will go to one of you that will love it more than I did. Next up is Citrus Neroli, and this is inspired by Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino, the Eau de Parfum, not the Aquadin Neroli Portofino, which I think I have both of them. This, guys, is not bad. It's a beautiful, bright floral fragrance, but it's more citrus leaning. You've got the bright citruses in the front, and then you've got a little bit of florals, probably the leaves of florals in the middle. I don't mind it at all. The orange blossom is present, the jasmine is present, but again, I have the actual original Tom Ford fragrance. There's no need for me to have this one, so I'm going to be listing it as well. Time for it to go. So those are all the fragrances from that box, and then let's just talk about the fragrances that are on my shelf in my closet. Now, these, I was not anticipating letting go of any of these, but as I was restocking my shelves, I decided some have to go. One of them being Le Col Noir by Christian Dior. This is a beautiful floral fragrance. I know of several fragrance influencers who's talked about this fragrance, it being one of their favorite Dior fragrances. And I have been going back and forth, teetering whether or not I should hold on to it or whether I should let it go. And I go back and forth on it, and I think it's time to let it go. I'm not wearing it. When I do wear it, it's very limited, maybe twice a year. That is no reason for me to hold on to this expensive bottle of perfume just staring me at me in the face. Okay, so I'm going to be letting go of Le Col Noir by Christian Dior. I think I've mentioned that I am letting go of this before, but I'm going to mention it again. This is a beautiful tuberose fragrance. It's one of the best tuberoses in my collection, but I am not wearing this fragrance. I have other tuberoses that I prefer wearing. As you can see, this perfume has been barely touched. What happened is the plate looks a little discolored only because when I sprayed the fragrance, I wasn't paying attention and I was spraying it, and the mister it was getting on the plaque. That's the only reason it's looking like that. Other than that, this fragrance is in great condition. It smells wonderful on the skin. Again, it's a beautiful tuberose. If you like tuberose, if you like jasmine, Gianni Versace Couture Tuberose is a fragrance you'll want to add to your collection. It's very hard to come by. So I know whomever gets this, they're going to love it and they're going to be very happy about it. Okay, so I'm letting go of Gianni Versace's Couture Tuberose, one of the best tuberoses in my collection, but I have enough tuberose in my collection, so I gotta let it go. We are almost to the finish line, guys. So the next one is gonna be Sweet by Lolita Lempicka. This is a fragrance that I actually really like. It's one of the better cherry fragrances I've smelled. It's very realistic. Imagine smelling a cool cherry, not maraschino, but like an actual cherry. This is what this smells like. It has a slight bit of tartness to it, but I do like the fragrance. I just don't wear it a lot. I do like the bottle. I just don't wear this fragrance enough to justify keeping it in my collection. So if you are interested in Sweet by Lolita Lempicka, let me know down in the comments, and of course check out my Poshmark. Okay guys, we only have I think 1 or 2 more to go, so let's get to the last fragrance, or the last couple of fragrances. Next up is Valentino. This is Valentino Donna. This fragrance is actually a fragrance that I do not see in the stores at all anymore. As a matter of fact, as I'm filming this video, I am wondering to myself if I really want to get rid of it. But I figured that if I put it out there in the atmosphere, that I am going to be, I'm going to hold myself accountable and let go of fragrances that I'm barely wearing. I was wearing this very popular almond fragrance. I loved it. But the problem is that I stopped wearing it because I didn't want the fragrance to finish up on me and then I couldn't repurchase it. And of course, my perfume collection was large, but it wasn't as large as it is now. Currently, I'm looking at this bottle, guys, and I'm going, oh my gosh, do I really want to get rid of this? We'll see. By the end of this video, if it's on my Poshmark, I decided to post it. If not, I decided to hold on to it, okay? So let me know in the comments if you tried Valentino Donna. Yeah, okay, that's the last one. That's the last one. Again, I want to say, if you're new here, my name is Pamela, and I am very grateful that you joined me watching me declutter these perfumes that are no longer serving purpose in my life. It's just a hard thing for me to just be looking at money sitting on shelves and I'm not even using them. So that's why I really decided to be intentional about not just perfumes, but everything in my life that's not really serving purpose. You know what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments if you can, relate to what I'm talking about. Subscribe to the channel. You like this type of content, it's providing value to you, please consider subscribing and joining the family. So my dears, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.